Yeah. What wins have you had this week?
Oh, the wins. Last office hours call. I just did a demo in the car, and then I came on the office hours. Like I was literally on the road last what was it? Wednesday for me. But yeah, that client said they would sign up and all that stuff. So it was a win for me because I was confident they would sign up, which they did. So yes, I closed a client from a car. So that just proves that you just need to get on it and do a demo and just get it done. Don't overthink it.
Are
It
you getting
just
your leads?
works.
And just coming in?
Yeah, I just got them in. I don't know how they booked a call with me, but they just did. Somehow people are finding me online. I'm not doing any SEO. I still don't have a crazy good SEO, website or whatever it is. It's been there for almost 3 years and we haven't touched it. People are just finding it. So yeah, that person just found me. It's a solar company. No, actually, it's a solar company who are entering into roofing space and they wanted to do stuff in roofing. So it's a roofing company now. So, but having said that, they also have a solar company. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to help them with this and then try to upsell them on their other business.
Heck yeah. Ooh,
So
deploy the AI booking bot to the solar leads.
exactly.
Heck yeah. Nice.
So that was a win. Got 2 other things in the pipeline happening. I might have to hop on that call in between this office hours. So we'll see. But yeah, that's news for me.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing, we've got some crazy good videos coming out as well. So we got a content team now who are going to edit our videos and all that so that we don't have to finally, because we're good at it, but we're not the best at it, editing videos. So
well, we have a lot of other stuff going on.
So much. Yeah. And we're better building systems and automations.
I have AI. three versions of our card review VSL script so that when people are ready to sell, when we release this snapshot to our SaaS people for signing up on HighLevel, you'll get this for free. Then they can create their own VSL or have somebody create an explainer video or something else like that. But we're doing all the content. We're creating all this great, fantastic content. So
correct.
Good stuff.
So yeah, that's what is happening. So look out for some.
So that's about all that I've got done so far this week. It's only Tuesday, but it feels like Friday. And let's see. And there's lots and lots of news, little Easter eggs and stuff popping up in HighLevel now. So
exactly.
we're just going over the reviews. So
yeah, that's the thing which you found, I guess. I don't know.
Somebody told me about the reviews. Let me show you what we've got. So if you turn on reviews in your agency, you can actually now it was suggestive for responses. Now you can have it do automatic responses, and then you could say, I wanted to send to 2 stars and above or whatever. Like what I would suggest if you're doing this, have it answer all of them. You want to answer all of your reviews, all of them. But then, so you would want to say like, I want to answer all of them. You can do ones from Google and Facebook. And then you want to wait. I probably would wait at least like 4 hours because, reviews don't get responded to instantly. And you just have to make sure you let your client know that, hey, the reviews are being answered, so don't worry about it. And then in here, like with the footer, you could say thanks, and then your business name. And with this, I don't know if custom values would work, but you could probably use the custom values. But then you could put in address, and that sort of thing to kind of give your review a little bit of local SEO. But
again, don't overdo with this as well.
Yeah, you don't want to
Google is smart enough as well, so it knows that people are playing the system. So don't overdo this. But hey, it's at the end, it's directly in HighLevel now, so you don't have to worry too much. So, but having said that, I still believe because we don't have much control over this. There's no prompting and all
we don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the reviews,
we don't know what's going to happen.
The reviews go into a black box and an answer comes out the other side. I don't know what that prompt is. myself, like, it's kind of like the conversations AI. Like, I know it's cool, but I like having a lot of control over it. And what I've seen with other people's booking bots and bots, workflows and things, you can create your prompt to answer a very specific way, so that if your conversation changes, you can actually pick up on that in a workflow and add a tag or change a custom value or a custom field because of it. And that gives you a lot more control than what conversations AI has. So that's a lot. I like having a lot more control over it. Some people just want to let it go and see what happens. I'm not so trusting, and I like to have a little more control. So,
Yeah,
Jay,
I totally agree.
Turner, what's going on?
How are you both doing?
We are doing awesome. How has your week been, sir?
It's good.
You signing a bunch of people up?
I did sign up a couple people.
What?
And got one along the way. Yeah.
Very nice. All alignable stuff, or
these were both partner alinables. Yeah.
Nice. How did that? Did you record any of those by chance?
No, I didn't.
Oh, come on, Jay. We talked about this.
Man, I'm telling you, I think Charles, shout out to you, Charles. Charles is right. You let them talk, and you ask them to just divulge what their problems are, and it's a good match.
How did the conversations, how did they play out? Give us like a quick replay.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say as far as like it's. I don't want to say it's a typical demo, but I don't know. The way I do mine, I talked to Charles did something very sharp about it. He said, I like I use this line because I hear him say it all the time. Look, I'm just a boring guy who does automations. I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you,
Yeah.
And you keep throwing that on them, and just, have them talk about what their problems are, because they'll give you.
They'll give
you the easy wins.
Yeah.
I love how you phrase it.
So one of the people that signed up, like what niche were they in? Like, you don't have to divulge like company names and stuff.
HVAC.
Like
HVAC.
So they were in HVAC. And so this is not exactly like a partner. Were they doing marketing for HVAC?
The referral from a partner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's easy. That's easy enough then, because it's a referral.
Yes.
And you've already worked with it. So when you get that partner, like I kind of, we'll talk about what you did with the HVAC demo, but like getting the partner on board who has the clients, what are those conversations like when you're in the alignable network?
Like, how did you recruit that partner?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
the question.
Again, I don't know if I'm changing a whole lot from what Charles recommended. That very first video he did, I think I watched the thing twice just to make sure, because the thing great about Charles is his composure, his presentation is so.
He's been doing it a while.
Yeah. He's polished, but he's polished in a way where, I really like that line where he says, "I'm a boring guy. All I do is just automations." Because one of the great things about Charles is, he just oozes competency. In other words, you're going to trust him with your software tech, And so, what I do with the partners is I kind of, I do have a background in digital marketing agency, so I do talk to digital marketing agency people.
Sure.
And that was one thing that made me perk up when Charles talked about his model was, you do have an advantage if you've gone through all that BS that they have, which I have. So, you can talk about it. You can share stories. A lot of times what I do is I say, let's share war stories. Yeah. And I like to talk about that because I like to talk about, hey, so, let's talk about the fun stuff we've done in marketing and the big wins we've had, and, and then talk about the failures. And one thing I always ask about is how long do you keep your clients? And I do a little bit of this. I think Charles is absolutely right about filtering, because you can end up bringing on partners who don't have clients, or, you can bring on partners who are new. And I like them. I have a few of those. And I did that because I was just kind of, I want to test out, even though they don't have any partner, they don't have anybody right now. They're a good way for me to test out my thing. Am I doing this correctly? Are my processes working outright? Let me screw up with them. Hey, Charles, we're just bragging about you. Uh, I'll just tell them I got a couple, had a couple closes today from referral partners using your model.
There you go.
And yeah, and Pat wanted me to tell how I did. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I just kind of followed Charles' vibe. He's absolutely right about getting them to talk about their horror stories. So it makes it easier for you to pick out what the easy wins that reside in the CRM that you can automatically give them, you know. And I like to use a phrase, play with house money, you know. The great thing about the CRM is you can get them big wins where you should be the easiest check they write, you know, with a combination of things that our tool can get them easy wins with. And your snapshot, of course, Pat. So.
Oh, well, hey, you know, I'll take that too. So, well, I mean, so then when you did the demo with the HVAC client, like how did that go? Like you got on, and I usually do that. Like I'll chat with them too. And then, you know, hey, so tell me what, you know, I'll ask them like, you know, like how are you getting your clients? What are you doing, you know, to keep your clients? How are you, you know, managing them? You know, how, you know, what are you specifically doing and what do you like and don't like about what are you doing? And, you know, what do you want to see changed in the next couple of months? So,
yeah,
you know,
that future proofing is really that, or future.
Yeah, where do you see your business in the next few months, you know, with your marketing? So,
yeah. I think another good question to ask is, you know, one of the things I like about the CRM is that it's so tied into the Google My Business account and Google itself. You know, I do like to ask them, you know, have you ever seen the activity in your Google My Business account? Has that ever given you any clues about where you're at? And I like that because, you know, one, these guys don't ever go in there. Two, you just tell them, oh, well, did you know there's all kinds of activity you might be missing? You don't even know what's going on there. And I tell them a lot of times when I've hooked up my CRM, there are leads sitting there. They don't know we're sitting there from weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that gets them clued up. Wait, what? So immediately your future casting, you're going to find leads probably in the next 2 days just by hooking this up, right? And of course, there's the FOMO. They're missing out on stuff that's already happening. A lot of questions I ask is, you know, what if you have a digital marketing agency, what are they doing for you? Because the other thing I like to use with my CRM is I like to, you know, press upon them that an advantage of the CRM is once you plug in all your marketing campaigns into it, you have a lot more, transparency on what your service deliverers are doing for or not doing for you. You know, their campaigns are right there. You know, I love that pull. I love that about it. I've got another partner I pulled on. He's a Grant Cardone guy. He handles, he's basically a coach and he only handles people, $1 million or more, but he runs into people that are below that. And he says the first thing is they need a CRM because they don't treat their business like a list, you know, a business list. Never done a data reactivation. Don't even know what data reactivation thing is. So he's going to bring on, he's going to give me clients. So I got a roofer coming up with him, a roofing company and a flooring company. So real good. I like getting coaches.
Yeah.
And I think this guy's going to work out great for me too, because I can help him get the people to 1 million, you know, with the great CRM. And then you can take them from there. I don't know much about the Grant Cardone phenomenon.
Yeah, I don't think I've bumped into too many Grant Cardone people lately. So,
yeah, it's interesting. He's got a whole coaching program. It sounds like they have their own CRM, which it sounds very much like it's HighLevel. Could be. I think there could be a snapshot component. Steve, I don't know. What was that referencing, Charles?
Steve, the guy you're talking to, is his name Steve?
No,
Steve
Kyle.
Hamon?
No. So you've run into those guys in Liable too, maybe? Cardone guys?
Yeah. Steve's on there. He's a coach. He's a Grant Cardone coach. He does have a HighLevel agency account. He doesn't really do anything with it, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could be, because this guy, Kyle, was telling me, hey, man, it was very interesting. It was very much along the lines of what you mentioned last week, Charles, about just show them that you care and they'll be there. Because this guy gets no support with his current CRM. And that's what swayed him to refer people to me, because like, well, you've got 24/7 support, everything gets kicked up to you, You're absolutely right about what you said about how that's true. Salesforce just dumps you. Hey, here you go. Here's Salesforce.
Yeah, have a good time.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Well, they have a huge marketplace, and Upwork is just completely chock full of Salesforce consultants and developers. So they would just rather sell it to you and then chuck it off basically kicking you into the HighLevel group where you're like, I need help, and then your inbox just explodes and catches fire from everyone DMing you. So
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So Charles, how many dozens of people have you onboarded this week?
Well, I just got this notification not about an hour ago.
That keeps in
sub account transfer complete.
So you're picking up somebody else's high levels?
Yep. Yeah. I picked up dissolved another agency.
How many, I don't know if you want to share this, but just curious. How many total accounts do you have now?
Over 100.
Good job. Good job. Are you going to level up? Pick your award?
No.
Oh, come on.
No, I didn't. I didn't even apply for the award, so I don't care.
Yeah, I would like if I could just get my clients and nobody else knows who I am. That'd be great.
Well,
just a weird dude riding around on my wheel in the neighborhood. So,
and I think it's good if you what am I going to do with that? Tell my clients, oh, hey, look at this HighLevel award I got. Well, what's HighLevel?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been telling you is mine. Never mind.
Exactly.
So,
I've already got a couple of diplomas on the wall that are catching dust. I don't need another.
Yeah.
Hey, I took a degree in hospitality, which I haven't even picked up. Who cares?
So
well, you are hospitable, so very much so. So yeah.
But yeah, I thought Steve was going to be on here tonight. Steve helped me out with the issue I was having earlier this week. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he mentioned he was coming on, so I don't know if he's going to be on or not.
He may be running a little bit late.
Oh, okay. Right. So did you see Charles? They got the automatic reviews going in HighLevel?
Did. It's already turned on for all my sub accounts.
How is it actually answering? Is it doing well?
Yeah. I mean, it does well. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
The setup's a absolute breeze.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean,
I was just wondering how good the responses are.
So far, I mean, they've been just fine. I mean, no different than what I got out of Zapier going, through Zapier to do review, just sending the review to ChatGPT and then pushing that out to Google.
Yeah. Nice.
No different. Same premise.
Same level of stuff.
Yeah, I had a call this morning with the Conversation AI team. We went through a few things. They're going to make a few adjustments because they saw that we were really using it. So I had a call with them this morning, and that was a good call. There's a couple things that they've got to button up. But I mean, so far it's working great. We haven't had any issues out of it whatsoever. So it's doing what it should do.
Very cool. There's Steve coming in.
Speaking of the devil.
Speaking of Steve.
So yeah, it's been a good week. You got another networking group that should be coming on board this week. I've got another
networking group.
Yeah.
So like everybody in the networking group, or
so they run their networking group from Pinnacle.
Oh, okay.
So they sign up they run online networking groups.
So they run the
that's
CRM
kind of
and
their
everything else
business.
and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so they will buy into Pinnacle themselves, and then we inherently become topic of conversation.
Nice.
Because everybody's like, oh, I like all the emails we're getting, and this is great. And like, oh yeah, we use Pinnacle.
It needs to say powered by Pinnacle at the bottom of all the emails.
Yeah, they'll be using the chat widget. I'll say powered by.
I would do everything powered by.
Nah. They're paying me.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Yeah. No, it's just it comes up as natural conversation. So people will ask because they trust these people because they're the ones that are leading these networking groups.
Mm-hmm.
So they trust them. They know they know them. They like them. They trust them. And they're like, oh yeah. And plus, it's to their advantage because they're on through my affiliate program. They're making 20%. So why wouldn't they say that? Oh, by the way, we use Pinnacle to help run this network, where we all send out the list of people that attended and all the contact information and yada yada yada. So
very nice.
Yeah,
cool.
It works good. And then looking at maybe buying into another software company, pre-existing. They do some, not sure if it's going to work or not. But basically they strip Zoom's chat and pull out all the valuable data, websites, phone numbers, emails. So like when you're in these networking groups, everybody's throwing all their information in the chat for you to connect with them. Problem is when you save the chat, it comes into this convoluted text file that you can't really do anything with.
Right.
And so this guy's software takes that and extrapolates it, puts it into a CSV. So I've just got to find a way to, I have to measure the consistency. The problem I have is that most people don't put their phone numbers in emails. They're putting their calendar links. So if you don't have a phone number or email, it's really not that useful. But yeah, you can still create the contact without contact info, via import. But
you should message me one of the text files, and I'll see what I can do with. Well, you're pretty good at ChatGPT as well, but use the developer extension on ChatGPT.
The problem's just that they don't have they're not putting emails. How many people do you know that actually put their email or phone number
right
in
well
that chat?
You could have it put their website or something like
that. He already does.
Pull as much information out, like website, business name, etc.
That he already does. He's already got that nailed down. The problem is it a big enough value if it's not, if people aren't putting their phone numbers and emails in there, is it really that valuable of information from a data standpoint?
Right.
Because at that point, it's all manual. I mean,
unless you take the website address and run it through a scraper.
Yeah. So there's another data set that you're going to have to find and then tie in an API. And I'm just like, God, I don't know if it's even worth going down that rabbit hole. So, because APIs aren't free. So,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. And thank you again, Steve, for your help.
Oh, no problem at all.
Did you look at the final result?
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Little pop-up video.
Yeah, that looks good.
I got all these things in the bottom of the website, and they don't link. They were just text. There was no links in them at all. And so I was like, I got these little animation videos. Might as well do something with them.
Why did you go with Wistia versus any other?
A better embed.
They just
cleaner embed. Wistia's got the best embed. Out of all the platforms out there, Vimeo, I try not to go with YouTube. That's like a last resort. But which reminds me, I was going to check on that this week.
Quick question, Charles. Where do you get your videos done?
Extendly.
What's that?
Extendly.
Oh, Stanley does it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a set.
Talk
You
about
can
that.
buy
Yeah,
from-
they're animation studio.
videos.
Yeah. So I got the they're just little
The animations back, right? For the
yeah,
features.
yeah. And I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's better than in a lot of cases it's better than just an image. So like here's one. Let's see. There we go.
They're not that expensive, right? To get, because it's like a separate package.
So
You could
this
get
is showing the animation builder, and there's no audio on these. They're just animations. But it just kind of shows, kind of better represents what it actually looks like to interact with it. You can only show so much in a picture,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So yeah. I had 15 of those that I linked in my footer. So,
And Wisty will tell you whether or not it was worth the energy or the time.
correct. Yep. I can track all that within. So,
I got a question for you guys. Any of you guys done voicemail drops like in bulk?
yep.
Go ahead.
I have.
And what has it done for you?
So voicemail drops, you're only going to see about a 70% success rate if you're lucky. And so the biggest thing right now is that it's actually non-compliant.
Voicemail drops are non-compliant to B2B?
Absolutely. 100% in the US.
It's
When
a
that
new
got
thing.
announced
It used
this
to
year.
work. Used to work before, but I think there's a new thing where voicemail drops is not.
They made a ruling on that. It was either
When?
this year or end of last year.
Yeah.
That got
But
pushed through.
There are people who are doing it, but like Charles said, there's a new law or something.
You just have to be aware of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not saying don't do it. The odds of actually getting fined are probably way less doing that
Very less.
than text messaging.
Absolutely.
Against compliance. But yeah, there was let me see if I can find the article.
I've never found them to be that effective.
And I don't think I think they are in.
For brick and mortar, it is. They are highly effective. They will get that phone ringing, depending on the size of the database. Because we used to do them in automotive all the time. Gosh.
By the way,
And you talk about nonstop ringing. Jeez. It was almost to the point where like, oh my God, please turn these things off. Because because what ends up happening is it's a 60 to 70% success rate that they actually work the way they're intended. So what ends up happening more time, about 30% of that, what ends up happening is just, it never hits the voicemail. It shows up as a missed call and they call the number back, not knowing who it is because it's not coming from the dealership's number. They're like, hey, I just missed a call. And you're like, oh yeah, this is, Charles from ABC Ford. Did you get the message about our big sale going on? Yeah, no, I'm not, well, listen, we're looking to buy vehicles too. So you have a vehicle. I mean, it is purely, it's a hammer approach. You've got to have a team to back it up. If you don't have a team of people to answer that phone, you're in for a world of hurt. You might as well not even do it because they'll want to unplug their phones. And that's with a team of like, if you're dropping 1,000 a day and you want to do large volume, team of 10 salespeople and even a couple managers, they're going to be nonstop answering the phone. nonstop, and it'll come in waves. Like it'll nonstop ringing to the point where you can't even answer all the phone calls. That's how crazy it gets. So they do work, but it's a lot to manage from both ends.
Here's a system which you can implement if you're thinking of doing voicemails. And this is, I saw someone else doing it and I just funnel hacked his system. So imagine you have, let's say you drop it. So first thing to start with, have a separate number than your business number. Like, let's say you have your own Twilio or LC phone or Twilio number in your sub account for your agency, right? Don't use that number. Have a separate number for voicemail drops. One. And then let's say I got a
question on that. So, but for you to, that phone number needs to, and I was planning on doing that. And this was the question I wanted to ask is when setting up that workflow, set up a user call voicemail drop, assign a phone number to that user. And then in the workflow, assign at the very top of the workflow, the user. And that's how you get them to, it to use that number. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So you would use that new number for voicemail drop. Then in the workflow, you would have, let's say you push 1,000 people through the voicemail drop, right? And obviously drip it, don't go crazy. Basic to-dos, but drip the whole thing. But
there's no dripping. There's no dripping in workflows
like
yet.
Drip
you can drip them into the workflow.
Into the workflow. From contacts. Select 1,000 contacts and then drip them into the workflow.
Okay. Manually push them in.
Correct.
Okay.
No, you click the robot.
You can click the robot and drip it. There's a drip option.
Oh,
just like you can with text and email. Yeah. You select all your contacts and then you click the little robot and then you set up how you want them, just like text.
There's an option for drip. Yeah.
Okay.
So then so what Charles says is correct. If it works, it just works like crazy and it's hard to manage all the calls which you'd get back. So to manage that piece, what you would do is you would have a voicemail for that user. Like, hey, if someone calls back, they would hit the voicemail. Like they would hear the voicemail saying, hey, sorry, it's this, blah, 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 Stephen from whatever company. Sorry, I missed your call. I'm going to shoot you a message with a link. Let's hop on a call. Just book a time. So then there's a missed call text back, which goes out to them. They would hear your voicemail. Missed call text back goes out to them when they call back with your calendar link. And hopefully out of 1,000, let's say you get 300 call you back with a crazy offer. Out of 300, you'll have 30 people booking in. So that means you'll have a booked calendar because of this process. So you literally will only talk to people who are serious and who booked. You're not just answering random questions.
Okay.
So that is the way I would control that flow of incoming calls.
Okay. Charles, in our DM this morning, you made a mention to you were just getting off the call with AI conversations, and you're saying that they haven't have the appointment AI part of it totally dialed in yet. What's
Yeah, so in the conversational, so the one loophole in the conversational right now is that if you're going to use the conversational, you need to turn off Facebook and Instagram. Only use SMS channel, because what happens is that it will book the appointment if they come in through Facebook or Instagram. Okay, it will book the appointment. It does a great job. The problem is that it doesn't check for contact data. Now, you can get around that by putting it in the conversation flow as one of your questions, that what is your email? What is your phone number? You can put that in the conversation flow. The problem right now is that that's not intuitive. Like nobody's going to think to do that.
Yeah.
They're going to assume that the system is going to check to make sure that there is an email or a text message or a phone number attached.
Yeah.
You know, that they would assume that. So nobody's going to put that in a conversation flow. And that's one of the things we talked about this morning. I was like, it needs to make sure that there is at least an email.
That needs to
preferably both, but at least an email, because I said, and they're like, well, what about just a phone number? I said, I wouldn't make that the mandatory field, I would make the email the mandatory field, because one, most workflows that are set up for appointment automation are email based. The calendar itself is email based. As far like if they don't have a workflow, they're just using the actions inside the calendar. It's based for emails, not text messages. And I said, then if they're putting their Gmail or their Outlook email in there, it'll auto attach that appointment to the person's calendar, which ideally is what you want, because how many people actually click add to calendar? So I said it really needs to be the mandatory field that it needs to look for is an email. If there's not an email, it needs to get that email from them before it schedules that appointment. Right now, what happens is if it will schedule the appointment in the conversation, but then the appointment never gets actually put into the system because there's no email or phone number, and it can't create an appointment because there's no contact data. So we just I've got a handful of clients that are using it pretty actively. We left everything the same. We just turned off Facebook and Instagram for right now because most of their communication is coming in through SMS anyways.
Is it SMS through just straight up messaging, or is it coming through the widget? Because I've seen in the group that the bot doesn't work off the widget.
Correct. It does not yet. That is coming. It will be picking that up. That's going to be released along with the live chat.
When is live chat, you think, coming?
Level up.
Level up.
Oh, so they're dropping. So they're
if I had
dropping
to guess, yeah. If I was a betting man, I'd say level up.
Well, I'm betting all in. Level up.
Yeah. So, but they did say that was coming, because that was something else that I brought up. I was like, I put the web chat widget back in my Chat HQ widget, because I was like, oh, well, if conversation AI will take this, I'll take that conversation. Like, why not? But it doesn't work. So,
right, so
but that is coming.
So conversation AI really only works very well right now for a text in.
Unless you're okay with it not conversationally booking. If you're okay with it sending a link, then you can leave on what Facebook and Instagram and SMS.
Well,
and
Instagram,
it works just great.
Is Instagram even a channel right now?
Yeah.
Is it?
The only thing that isn't is Google My Business.
Yeah. Why? Because I don't see
that's
Instagram
coming as well. They have to get it approved through Google. That's what they're waiting on.
Okay.
There's an approval process that they have to do with Google. That's the only reason it's not enabled. Because I asked them about that. I'm like, you had this when it was suggestive. And they said, yeah, we had to turn it off per Google's guidelines until it went through an approval process.
So I don't see Instagram.
Which makes sense.
I don't see Instagram in my conversation. Because again, I don't have any Instagram accounts attached. So if it's not attached,
well, that's why you don't. See it.
You don't see it. Okay.
Yeah.
So because
your Instagram should be connected to your Facebook page via Business Manager.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you can get messages in.
Any talk? Have you heard any talk on the social planner for YouTube Shorts and Facebook Reels and Stories?
I would say that's coming soon, because they've pretty much wrapped up all the other must-haves like RSS, repeatable, recurring posts. They just launched categories and tags, separate.
What's the case use for that
post,
stuff?
Separate captions for different networks. So they've pretty well wrapped up all the
big stuff.
Okay, we really need this stuff even, before we get too far down the road with networks. Let's get this up to speed with other schedulers out there, which I think they've done a pretty good job up until this point.
No, that planner is decent now.
Yeah. I mean, for it to just be included in the platform, I mean, how much gripe can you really give it?
I mean, but yeah, I found that Easter egg this morning, and we were like, oh, they finally have it.
What Easter egg?
The AI response auto.
Oh,
apply
for reviews.
Reviews,
Yeah.
So I've turned it on for a couple of accounts to see how it handles.
Gosh, I tell you, last several days. Every time I think about it, I'm going in, checking labs in agency, checking labs in my sub account, going into SaaS configurator, seeing if anything's different in there. I'm like, gosh, I know there's stuff dropping left and right. Like, and it has been. I mean, and they're not putting in the change log. So, you know,
yeah, Sean's
it's
gone
all pre-level up stuff.
Yeah, Sean's gone radio silent.
Well, that's because a lot of this stuff they have to release before they can do the release at level up. And he did say that, what, a week ago or something, I think, on a video. Because, like, yeah, you're going to start seeing things, and we're not going to talk about it. You know, there's some things we just can't hide because we have to have it ready for other things that we're going to launch. So I expect more SaaS plans to come in at level up. I think that button will finally be turned on. Thank God.
You think you'll be able, we'll be able to get even more granular in the setups?
I think
so.
you'll have
it. You're talking about the users and contacts and all that stuff. Yeah, that's
like
in the
how,
roadmap. It is
like,
coming.
Or are you talking about locked features?
Features.
Yeah.
Features per plans.
I think so, but the survey has gone back and forth on that one. Some people don't think the locked items are going to ever be unlocked. And then other people are saying that they may make it to where you could have an even less things locked on that lower tier plan. Maybe, but I don't know. I can see them unlocking some of the locks for a really low tier plan if they make it to where if in order to do that, you have to charge by user.
Well, that's coming soon, right?
Right. But I can see them doing it in combination. I can't see them just saying, hey, we're going to unlock this and you can include one thing for 97. I don't see them doing that. And I don't see them complicating the setup so much to where to unlock this stuff, you have to turn this on in order to remove those locks. That just doesn't seem like something HighLevel would do.
So they get
it doesn't track with how they kind of do things. So I don't know.
So I heard in an interview, I forgot which one, but yeah, Sean was mentioning like they're meant, like you said, there's a lot of pressure coming from some of the users who are trying to compete with other tech companies who have premium plans, right? Hey, there's a freemium option where you get certain feature with the limited access, whatever. So he understands the use case and benefits of that. And he's 100% considering that. He's just trying to figure out in what sense and how. So I have a feeling that he would release those locks, but with some, additional conditions applied or some stuff like that.
In there.
So
it's the only way I see it making sense, because they're not going to
coming.
Undervalue their platform. I mean, they've been all about, we are not going to undervalue this platform. So
if they release it where you can sell like little tiny single items, everybody's going to be out there selling crap for.
It's going to be a race to the bottom, and it already is.
Yeah,
it sure is. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a million opinions as far as that goes. There's a million opinions of how it could go. Nobody's going to know until it's released. But I can pretty confidently say that you're going to be able to have more than 3 slots probably by level up in the SaaS configurator, which for a lot of people that will help significantly.
Yeah.
Because now it will help you get into your niches even easier, because you can have your 3 tiers. If let's say you just get 3 more, well, now you can have 3 custom built tiers for 2 separate niches. And it really be tailored, your snapshots auto load, because that's one of the downsides right now is that a lot of people that are using the SaaS configurator aren't even taking advantage of the snapshot loader because they can't. Well, because they're serving multiple niches, but they have 3 different tiers. So how do you preload a snapshot? The only people that really can take full advantage of it are the ones that are on a single price plan, because it's it doesn't matter, there's only one price, so now I can just use the SaaS configurator as a snapshot loader, which is how I use it. I mean, But even that limits me because I can't add in other snapshot. I mean, I could, but I'm not doing manual work. So
there's a talk as well where they're going to allow more than one snapshots to be added per plan in
That'd be
SaaS configurator.
beautiful.
So that is also coming. That is a thing in the roadmap.
So
Like
currently
you can only select one snapshot. So there's a talk like, hey, for each plan, you can have multiple snapshots loaded automatically.
what I would like to see is a way to create a snapshot without creating sub accounts and managing them. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like a snapshot builder. Imagine that's kind of how I see. That's the one thing I've never really liked is like, okay, you want to build a vertical snapshot for a niche. You basically, the way you should do it is spin up a sub account and do it all within that sub account. And then you have that sub account that's just floating out there. And I'm going like, there's got to be a way to build something where, okay, let's build a snapshot, add assets, feature set, that kind of stuff and compile it into something. Cause now you got to keep that, you got to keep that sub account in your list of sub accounts every time.
You don't have to.
Don't have to, but if you want to tweak that,
yeah, if you ever want to update it, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever want to do updates, that's how you have to do it. It just, I don't know. Anyways.
Nah, I hear you. I'm just glad that snapshots are in one menu now.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go back and forth between the two different ones. I'm happy for that.
What I thought they haven't done, they've put folders through the whole system. Where I would like to see folders is in custom values.
It's coming.
It is?
Yeah.
It really, really, really needs to be in custom values.
Yeah, it sure is coming.
Yeah,
that
big
is,
time.
Because that is such a mess.
In fact, there was a leak that folders was already live in custom values. Someone had it, and then it just got removed. So I have a feeling it's coming very soon.
Yeah, good. That's like the one I've been like screaming for forever and a day.
Yeah.
Did you see
how they dropped WhatsApp in front of us, and they're like, "Oh, never mind, bye."
Yeah. Well, what is the deal with what? I mean, any of you guys using WhatsApp, or is this really more of someone who's?
It's mainly a non-US kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my UK customers
massive.
are beating me upside the head about it.
It's massive outside of US.
Oh yeah.
I even have Canadian clients that are asking about it.
There are countries like, let's talk India, Southeast, South America. Those countries, they don't use text messages. They don't use text messages at all. Like, what is a text message? It's that level. Like it is WhatsApp, nothing else. So like my friends and family, everyone who's in India and all that, like they all communicate only on WhatsApp, and I'm not on WhatsApp. And they all beat me to death. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not on WhatsApp? Like literally, that is how crazy it is.
Hey, here's a question. I was just looking for snapshots. Where are the snapshots in agency?
On your front bar.
Account snapshots.
Settings.
Snapshots underneath sub accounts.
They're in settings.
Nope. Not if you're on not if you have labs enabled or not.
So I'm in the agency and I don't see account snapshots. There it is. Now it's on the main. Now it's on the main one. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's not
Beautiful.
in settings anymore.
Nice looking interface. Way better now.
Oh, it's
Snapshot templates.
Way easier to deal with now.
Way cleaner. Shared snapshots. Imported snapshots.
Where is it?
So go to in your agency. Do you have these?
It's right at the top. It's account snapshots now.
Yeah. When you said it's right under sub accounts, like what? No, now I got it.
When they just made that move, right?
So they combined it instead of having it split between the two snapshot menus like they did prior. Mm-hmm. Now it's all in that one link. Because you know how sometimes you'd have to go to the one on the main menu bar and then if you're really working with them, you'd have to go to settings and go to that snapshot.
I hate having to go to like
which
settings,
was like, what the
snapshot,
hell?
update snapshots. Where's my?
Why is this in two different places?
Yeah.
Same damn
Perfect.
thing.
Yep. No, I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, it's nice. So
Yeah, it's
now you
almost
can.
impossible to keep up with the updates that they got coming out this
There-
week. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're dropping like
And they
No,
are revamping the snapshot templates. They are going to be redoing those.
you mean
I have no idea when, but they're going to be doing them.
you mean
Nice.
the ones
So has
that
anybody messed with like
The ones that
conditional
they give
forms
you.
yet?
it's not done yet. Conditional forms that's coming soon. When I
Oh, it's
saw
there.
that.
It's there. It's there.
It's live.
Yeah, I've
Live
used
in
it.
labs.
It's working perfectly fine. Like I was able to use the fancy stuff of putting the icons and radio buttons and selecting that and doing conditional formatting. It works perfectly.
Yep.
I was using an external one until now, but now that has
Yeah.
gone. So
So
yeah.
Steve, like if you're editing a form here,
Yeah.
you come over here, this little add conditional logic,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can ta-da, redirect to a
Yeah,
URL
yeah.
if email is equal to or contains, like say like Yahoo,
Yeah.
then
Tell
go
them to
to
F off.
Disney.com. So
But yeah, but why would you use a redirect on a form for something like that?
you
give
can
me-
do
give me-
anything-
give me-
or-
Instant qualified.
well, you can do whatever you like, qualified, disqualified.
So I'll give
let's
you
say-
let's
say
give you
have
a case study.
Case study for
like
the
a
re-
radio, like a radio button or a checkbox, like how many leads do you get per month? And they check like, 0 to 5. Well, you can redirect them like, well, you don't qualify for this product,
I
but I
understand that.
want to give you something else. Like, let's start you out with basic SaaS.
Okay,
That's what
so the one I was looking at is the one down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Showing high fields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which you can do in surveys currently.
Yeah, but this is going to be better. I think I like this better in surveys, to be honest.
I don't
So
know.
show and hide also there's a use case. So I'm building so one of my dental client has a form where anyone who calls in the practice, they have to fill up, start filling up their details, what inquiry it's about, let's say Invisalign. Have they booked an appointment? Yes or no? So currently they were using Ontraport. So if they say they've booked an appointment, then the drop down opens up, like shows new fields.
Mhm.
What time is their appointment? If they say no, then that field is just useless, right? So that's the use case there. So
You just
there
got to
are
make sure that the fields that you're hiding aren't required.
correct.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
It's going to happen. Like, I can't get the form to submit. Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Well, jackass.
I guess they are making big moves in communities now.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, community.
Oh yeah,
the
communities.
Magic
communities is
link.
gonna be,
I just saw someone said magic link for portal and all that is
Yeah, it's already there. Check in your live in your
Yeah.
labs. It's already there.
So magic
But it's
links?
not in workflows yet, so it's kind of useless.
yeah, it's not about close.
It's the prerequisite for putting it in workflows like memberships was.
Yeah.
So
So magic link is basically don't need to log in to get in.
Correct.
right.
it includes your login information.
Yeah, it's all
to get in.
hashed, and it basically
Yeah.
includes your
Contact
token.
ID, I think. Yeah.
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 Okay,
So
so-
what'll happen is once they put communities into workflows to where you can grant access, then you will see customized email templates come out.
Yeah.
And they're going to roll it out just like they do with memberships. First is workflows. Second is the custom emails. And that's where you can really utilize the magic links.
Yeah.
Because right now, what you have to do is if someone signs up, you have to go into the portal setup, find them in your contact list, and generate a magic link, which is who the hell is going to do that?
I got a question. Is there magic
So-
links for access to HighLevel itself on?
No.
Because I have one. When I first signed up for HighLevel, I got a magic link that was hashed, and so I have it on. I created it like a little dashboard for myself. And I never log into HighLevel ever because it's clicking. I'm in, so I never log in. I go direct login, and I think that would be a really cool feature because I think a lot of people get kind of the too auth. They don't like that whole 2 auth process that you every
But I
time.
guess you're cookied in your browser. That's all. That's why you're logging in directly.
No, I clear my cookies and cache all the time. Trust me.
It could
I
be.
mean,
Well, I mean, it could be hashed. Like,
I'll show you.
Are you logging into your white label, or are you
No.
logging into?
I'm
That's
logging,
the
not,
difference.
No, I'm logging.
You're logging in the high level.
Yes,
That's
I
the
would
difference.
I would love
Okay.
to have. I would love to have that.
I was like,
same-
how the hell are you hashing into the white label? Like, there's not
no,
even.
no.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I would like to see that feature.
You can't even log in with Google.
I would love
How
to
are you
see
doing
that.
Magic Link?
That's what I'm saying. I
I
would
wish
love
they
to
bring Google sign in to freaking white labels. That's what I wish.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. See, you had us all going there, Steve,
Thanks a lot, Steve.
till we realized you were logging into actual app.gohighlevel.com.
Yes,
It's like,
that's
oh, well, that's
yeah.
different.
Well, because
I don't ever log into that. I always log into my white label.
Yeah.
So every time you log in, every time as soon as you close your browser down, you get to log back in, and then you got to go through the 2 auth process all the
Ooh,
time, right?
What?
No,
I don't.
No.
No.
not when you close the browser. Only if you remove your cookies.
That's if you have. Yeah, you probably have it clearing your cookies every time you close your browser. That's
No.
probably why-
No. It's not.
Check your browser settings.
Yeah, you only
No,
do it
yeah.
on your porn browser, dude.
That's the only browser you do that on.
use Brave browser for that or Firefox.
No, I never have login.
See, the
I
thing is,
mean-
from day one, I've always logged in directly logged into the high level from day one for myself.
I never
Yeah.
do. The only time I ever see that damn screen is when I'm pulling in a snapshot. That's it. It's the only time I ever even see that screen. Every other time, I always log into my white label. Because
So what?
also, I never know when I'm going to do a screen recording or anything like that, and I don't want to have to worry about it.
Yeah, I caught myself on that the other day too. So the 2 things. I saw that they're putting some type of warm up on voicemail drops. Did you see that
Mm-hmm.
a couple days ago? So there's
Yep.
go back to the initial conversation on voicemail drops. There's kind of a ramp up period to what they'll drop a day.
Hold
go back
on. What
to-
are we talking? Warm up? I missed
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
they're-
They
Go
did
ahead.
like emails and text message. You know how they have text message warm up and well, it's
Ooh,
not really a
makes
warm
sense.
up.
Yeah,
It's
like slowly.
a ramp
yeah.
up
Yeah,
model.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So they applied that to ringless voicemails as well.
Oh,
Are
where
we
is
gonna
that? Like, is there a setting?
No.
No,
Just-
it's by default, just like
By
it is in for LC
On your
email
sub
and
account level.
text.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Okay, makes sense.
Um,
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Uh,
That's a good thing, I guess.
It is.
So-
Just good. Yeah.
So for domain setup, what registers does it automatically set up for now?
Cloudflare, Google, or
Cloudflare,
GoDaddy.
Google, and GoDaddy. Correct.
Any talk on Namecheap? Because that's like my primary
On the list.
register. So Namecheap is on the list,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and will because they've moved that
Namecheap, Ionos, and I think one more I've heard they are on the
So-
list.
So but they've also just moved over correctly to email on the LC system that it'll set up your DNS
Mhm.
records. I'm assuming that's all going to move
Same
over.
providers.
Same things.
provider. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool. 'Cause
Any
I'm-
new provider, I know when I was talking to the devs about it, they said any new provider will start off in domains. Once they verify that there's no issues for a couple days or a week, then they'll push it to email. Because email, obviously, you're pushing a whole lot more records than you are domains. So domains is going to be their testing ground for any new provider that they bring in, and then shortly after they'll roll it into email. Because it wasn't that long of a turnaround from them initially launching it
Mhm.
for them to have it in email. I mean, what a week or two? It wasn't that.
No, it was like
Yeah, more
It
than
was
a
pretty
month.
quick.
More than a month. But yeah, it's quick.
okay. So that's good. That answer. What else?
Custom emails in SaaS configurator, or custom emails in SaaS configurator
For
for your welcome email.
that's coming. or is it?
It's
been
live.
dropped? They dropped it.
Hold on, what? What's live?
Custom email, custom welcome emails.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Where is that? Damn it.
Fast
I missed it.
configurator, I guess.
Yeah, they're
That's
sleeping at
that.
the wheel.
That's something. Oh, dude, I've not
Um,
been on the computer for a few days.
So if you go to SaaS configurator, advanced settings,
I'm in there now. Oh, yes. Let's check.
welcome email, customize your welcome email. You do need to customize it. You will have
I
to
don't
add
see
your.
it.
You don't see it?
No.
Wait, where is
SaaS
it? Is it
configurator,
agency,
advanced settings.
SaaS
Is it a labs
configurator?
feature to
Advanced
turn on?
settings.
Oh, advanced settings. Ooh, customize now. Yep. Look at
Yeah.
that.
So the button is linked to app.go-highlevel.com. So you need to make sure to change that to your white label, and you need to swap out the LC logo for your logo. And
You know what I would like to see is an option to create white label URLs for sub accounts if you need to. Like everybody gets your default agency white label something like link, but let's say you have a client that sends out just a ton of texts and emails, and people mark that stuff as spam. Then your white label domain gets trashed for everybody.
Mhm.
Where you could take that one client and go, you're on your own. You know, you get your own domain. If you
Wait,
trash
say
it,
that again?
you trash it. I've had it where my I use very, very short links for my white label domain. And I've
API
had it,
domain.
I started
API
yeah,
domain.
yeah, the API domain.
Okay, sorry.
So I started getting the 30027 errors on Twilio for like all my outbound text on that use the short link.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go and grab another link, and everything's back up to normal.
So what you're saying is if every sub account could have their own API domain.
Yeah, where you have like your
That's
like,
on the list.
You've got
That's
your
on
own.
the list.
Okay, I was gonna say like you got your own, but if the client is going to be doing a lot of, I got a client that does like teeth whitening and stuff like that, so I can see how it'd be perceived as maybe a little bit spammy, even though it's it's not. She sends a lot of texts.
So yeah, what I know is for sure on the list is same. Like if you generate a form, the link goes to your API domain. If you have a calendar, it goes to your API domain. All those domains, like all those links, there's going to be a setting moving, hopefully when they release, that every sub account can put their own domain for those.
Yeah, that would be good. That's
coming.
Definitely good.
Yep, it's been talked about, and Sean has agreed, and yep, it's on the roadmap.
Cool.
And I know they're talking about auto spinning custom email domains as well.
Oh,
That's
that's
something
nice.
I was talking about to one of the dev teams, because
so
I was
rotate-
like, well, no, so you could spin up a so for like, if you, instead of having, so right now when you have a default email domain that is used in LC email, until your clients set up their own custom email domain, which should be done during onboarding, it would be nice to be able to auto spin up a new subdomain for every new sub account that came in, even if it's still just temporary. At least I'm okay with racking up a bunch of records in Cloudflare. I don't care about that, because that way, if I have someone come to, much the same as Pat's point, if I have someone come in, it's auto creating, Champagne Media at .myurl.com. I think I use message smtp.cloud. So, but it would put at least their business name in the front. And that's they're looking into doing that. I know it's not going to come until they fix the issue. A lot of this has to do with the issue right now with the SaaS configurator and the order forms. It's not capturing the company name and putting it in as the location name. It's still putting their first and last name, which that's supposed to be fixed very soon. They said that they're going to start actually pulling, if you have the company name field in your two-step order form or in your Stripe checkout, as long as there's a company name coming into that order, it should be creating the sub account with the company name, not with the person's name that's checking out. Because Pat may just be the finance guy. He may have nothing to do with the freaking CRM.
Yeah.
So why is his name on it? It should be the company's name. You know, he could be the CFO. Why does he want his name on the freaking account when it's created?
Yeah. So
he's not even going to use it.
That's been so when you generate an account, it creates that, name. So I think that someone brought it up in one of the town halls.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fixed soon.
Yeah. I hope they will fix it soon. Because that happened to me just recently. Like someone signed up and I'm like, where is their account? And I'm trying to figure out
it's confusing as all get out.
Because I spoke to someone else called Paul, and then the account is created under Blake's name, and I'm like, which fucking account is it, man? I don't know. So,
well, and if you have another person, like you've been talking to one person and someone else,
that's what happened.
The actual sign up form.
The recent sign up was a team member signed up on the owner's name, and I'm like, where is your account? And I don't see any account here. So yeah.
So it's keyed off the name, not the company name.
Correct.
Yeah. Yep. So when a new account gets generated, it generates Alok's account, not my company's account.
Oh, again, the whole company section of most of my users are all single users, so I've never gotten in a situation where I have multiple people tied to a company or accounts.
But even then, I mean, if they're filling out the company name in the order form, why the heck wouldn't you use it? Like, why do we have a SaaS configurator that's auto creating accounts that clearly can take a company name field? Why are we generating off first and last name put together pluralized?
Yeah.
And slapping account on the end of it. I mean, because that's essentially it's something that a lot of people have said, this has never made sense. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Contact profiles have had company name fields since forever. Why are we, long before the SaaS configurator came around, company was a standard field in a contact. So why wouldn't you map that? So
definitely agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, one question. The conditional logic, is it just in the forms, not in survey?
Correct.
No, surveys.
Survey has its own.
Yeah, surveys has its own logic for like checkboxes and radio buttons and stuff like that.
That's why Pat said he was going to like this better.
Yeah. I think the logic for surveys is for checkbox and radios only. I don't think it's for inputs.
Yeah.
So that's where the form logic is going to come in. But
it could be
surveys,
anything like a drop down checkbox, radio box. So you could do logic on it.
Yeah, which will be nice. But it's like surveys. Like I want to start. I've run enough ads that you get garbage traffic no matter what. Like, even if you have a really good creative, really good call to action and all that stuff. And I want to be able to start putting in, like, book a call, but it pops up the survey first. And then, like, do you do this? Do you do this? Do you do this? Okay, now book an appointment. If you fail any of those, or one or more or something like that, you can actually have it drop out and go, well, you don't qualify for this, but I want to downsell you to, let's get you on the basic SaaS. Like for people.
That's the beauty part of the logic on forms is that now you can pre-qualify people before you just send them to your freaking calendar to book.
Exactly. That way you don't waste my time. We're not wasting your time.
Sorry, we only work with people that generate this much income, annually,
if you're dealing with
whatever.
This many, do you have 20 leads a month, or X number of leads a month? Are you doing ads? Do you even have a website, or do you even have a GMB? If you fail out of that stuff, then I'm sorry, you got to go down to the kids table, and we'll get you up to this point later on. But you got to start at the kids table.
Yeah, can you do reputation management even though I don't have a Facebook page or Google My Business?
Let
me schedule a call with you and burn up an hour of your time talking about how I hate GMB and Facebook.
Yeah. I have dealt with that call before. I even had a guy before the call, like, well, I'm on a job. Can you just talk to my assistant? And I'm like, delete. No, I'm not your assistant, and I'm not going to talk to your assistant. So that's not happening, dude. No, you just wasted my time. Sorry.
Any of you deal with WordPress?
I used to.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I tried.
No,
I avoid it
okay.
as much as I can. It's
I
it's a
avoid it like
lot
the
of
plague.
setup. It's a ton of setup.
Oh yeah, no, I was just so I ended up talking with one of the developers in the marketplace, and they have a pretty slick automation dashboard for WordPress, and they
Oh, nice.
actually fully gray labeled it from start to finish.
Nice.
They did a really nice job, and we talked about that, how a lot of people in the marketplace are not gray labeled, but they took great care. Everything's lead connector, even on their website. You will not find HighLevel anywhere. Flowmatic.
Yep. Interesting.
They've been in the game for a while. You can even check. There is another guy. I forgot the name, but that's for WooCommerce if you want to go the route. But Flowmatic is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a killer community of users and like developers that are working with them to integrate their apps into their system. And from what I could tell and everything I've read and looked at videos, it's a pretty slick platform. That they.
What do they do? So sorry, I'm trying to find the website.
It's kind of like Zapier for WordPress. Think of it
really?
that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But it's Flowmatic.com.
It's run by an Indian company.
Matic, MATTIC.com. Yes, sir. Another Indian company.
And this company has other products as well. I just forgot they have few more different products which are very nice. InfiWebs.
So did you guys talk about, I mean, I came on a little bit I was a little bit late tonight. I was getting some dinner. Did you guys talk about your product soon to be released product?
A little bit. I got the VSL done. I think the VSL is extremely good. Or sorry, the VSL script. I just basically sat down and bashed it out, and then I had GPT refine it, and I think it looks good.
Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, that script's going to be in there as well. So you take that script and make your own VSLs with it. So
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So building it out, we're getting it done. We're knocking it out. I've got some of the workflows done for the main account and things like that. But the actual card redirect link account, for the cards and the NFC, that's completely done. So that's buttoned up, and then we got the rest of them, the rest of the main.
That is
so
that redirect. I'm really interested in that because that could be applied probably to a QR code.
It is, yeah.
It can be applied to a QR code. It doesn't necessarily have to be applied. Yeah.
Yeah. You scan the QR code and it goes to the subdomain to a particular slug. And if the slug doesn't exist, it redirects to our activation page.
Got it. That's cool.
And then we can have a VA just go in and then when they activate it, we dump all of that into a Google Sheet as well. And then that way the VA can literally copy and paste.
So is that whole script running off of your own independent server? As far as the
no, it's HighLevel snapshot.
So that whole reactivation component, I don't understand how you're creating the slug and writing it to.
It's all coming, Steve.
It's coming.
Yeah,
with all the info,
look at this,
everything.
Steve.
Magic trick. I know. I'm gonna see.
Yep.
Everything, whatever we have, we're going to release it all. We're
going to be releasing it.
We built it for ourselves, so
yeah,
it's exactly.
We're building it and testing it for ourselves. So I gave the cards to I went and got a haircut the other day, actually I stopped by the barber and gave him cards like this for all their barbers, and he was wigging out because he scanned it and was like, oh my god, look at that, it goes right to my review. Yep. So he was freaking out. Thought it was the coolest thing since sliced bread. So,
do anybody here sell non-recurring products or services?
in
So
what
Some
we
of
our
got?
our, some of
setups.
our snapshots are like a non-recurring price.
So they added coupons to the affiliate manager
Yeah.
at the affiliate level. So if you want to give a certain affiliate a coupon to be able to use at their own discretion, you can, without having to go into coupons and do all this craziness.
So what you're
that's done
saying
at the
is they can just click on our domain, click on our product, not an affiliate link, and just use an affiliate coupon
no,
to be
it's still an
credited.
affiliate link. Still an
So
affiliate
what's-
link, but
what's
it
the coupon
pre-fills
for?
the promotion. So when you go into the affiliate, you go into the affiliate screen, you select, say, 𝙒𝙖𝙤𝙤𝙦, and you say create coupon.
Hmm.
You have it generate a code, or you can put in your own that you, if you want.
Yeah.
Then it updates their URL to include that coupon code. So it's the same string that was already there with their
Understood.
tracking identifier, but then it tacks on another hash
Coupon. Yeah.
Yeah.
for the
Coupon.
coupon code.
Yeah.
Variable.
But they can take that off and just send it to someone without the coupon code attached, or they can
Give them a coupon code.
give them a coupon code. Kind of makes
Okay,
it
so
up to the
basically-
affiliate if they want to offer it to whoever they're pushing to go sign up for your
So
service or product.
So let's say let's take a $300 offer and the coupon code is $100 off a month. The affiliate's going to make 20 points on the $200, not the $300.
Yep.
So if so it's on net. Okay, cool.
Yep.
That's good. Now, what was your ask? I saw you had an ask on that today in the group, something about.
Well, I was just seeing if anybody hadn't, because I was kind of hoping that they released that in anticipation of releasing coupons for recurring products.
Oh, I know.
I was like, does this
what
mean
I
there's
want-
coupons for recurring products yet? Nope.
Oh,
right.
yeah. So what I just said, it's only for non-recurring products.
Correct.
You can use this
As
for.
far as I've heard so far. Now, I haven't tried it, so I don't know for sure, but
Okay.
because I hate messing with the whole putting stuff in test mode and then having to go back and turn test mode off. It's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So that's why I put
What
the
I-
question out there, because I was too lazy to go turn test mode on. So
What I want is a
figured someone
coupon
else
code
would do
for
it.
what I really want is a coupon code for affiliates. Like rather than them sharing their affiliate link, they could just give a coupon code. When you
Oh,
understand,
yeah.
hey, use this coupon code, blah, blah, blah.
And tie. So if the coupon code is used, then it's tied.
That it's tied to that affiliate.
Got it.
Well, so now they did roll out another update for Affiliate Manager that you can now associate. So they had it to where you couldn't manually associate anything. Then they created it to where you could back associate a sale.
Yes.
Mhm.
To a previous.
Now you can do a lead. So now if you have someone that like sends you an email and connecting you to someone else, like Kevin says, hey, I'll like meet Charles, you two should have a conversation, but it's just a direct email.
Yeah.
They go ahead and schedule you send them your calendar link, they schedule it. Well, while you're thinking about it, you can go in and mark that lead as under that affiliate. So
that's
that
nice.
way, if they do purchase within the next whatever your thing is, you make sure that they get credit, because if they end up purchasing 3 months later, you may not remember who the hell referred you to them for that appointment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you don't want to give them credit. It's just, if it's not in the appointment notes when they booked it, that, hey, this is connecting, maybe you still have the email, maybe you don't, maybe you remember who referred that person to you 6 months ago, who knows? So they rolled that out where you can associate a lead or a contact with an affiliate. And then, of course, they got the dual tier affiliate now as well. So
As far as the dashboard, are
what's
we
up,
gonna
Kevin?
are we gonna have a way to hide that completely? Like
The affiliate dashboard?
Yeah, no. The dashboard is like one of the things I would like to see is when you log in, let's say you don't want to use the dashboard whatsoever in your build, right? I would like to see us have the ability to
Oh,
log into the contact screen versus the
Oh.
dashboard screen. You know what I'm saying?
well, so it's coming to where you can build your own dashboard.
Mhm.
So you'll be able to remove all the widgets on the dashboard and add your own. So you could have it just like a task board. You could just have tasks on it because you'll be able to add modules and resize them.
Got it.
Put them long, put them short, tall, whatever you want to do. So that's all. That's like the new dashboard UI.
UX. Yeah.
That is the prerequisite for that. Next is coming or turn on, turn off, I think, and then they're gonna make it to where I'm sure they're gonna do it in stages. How they're gonna stage it out, who knows? But I know it's coming soon.
Okay.
Maybe
Question
level up.
Question for you is: out of the 3 snapshots that you offer on your main website, which one that people generally get the most? The small business one?
It's kind of an even split between the small business and the entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yep. If they're not established, or if they don't have a definite, like, this is what I do. If they have any wiggle room and I kind of do a little bit this and this on the side, I put them on the entrepreneur. I don't put them in the small business. But if they're like, this is what I do, then I put them on the small business.
Okay.
Yep.
So if they're a coach, they go on entrepreneur.
No, not necessarily. Nope. Some coaches do. It's like, oh yeah, started coaching 3 months ago. I work with this industry and that industry and this type of person and that type of person. I'm like, okay, so you have no freaking clue who your audience is. Let's go ahead and put you in an entrepreneur. You don't have an established business. But if they have SOPs like downloadables and like they've gone through like they've really set up their business to be successful, I put them in a small business.
Is anyone
Because they're probably going to be doing invoicing.
Yeah.
They're going to care about reputation management, different things that are just in that small business that really aren't in the quick start. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Kevin, you kind of popped on a little late.
My 3-year-old has been a real pain getting to bed.
I was going to say, you mean his kids finally allowed him to get on?
Well, I could bring over my dog and they'd wear each other out.
They're finally in bed. I had to literally lay in bed with him for like 30 minutes to get him to fall asleep. So it's crazy.
What's going on? How's your wins this week?
Good. I got a couple people that I'm basically upgrading from like $297 a month to maybe $497 or higher. Just upselling them on, lead generation. One I recently upsold him on, like blog articles. And, so I'm entirely outsourcing that with, some blog article writing company. So they're writing articles for him and then he's starting to post them on his Facebook page and he likes it a lot,
Nice.
So like, it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I've had a couple of these customers now for 6 months or 9 months. And like, they're coming back to me saying like, what else can we do? What else can you offer? Which is nice because, I don't need to resell them from the beginning. They just trust me and they're like, okay, yeah, like you could, let's do another $300 a month. And what can we do with that? So, and then I did sign up another guy last week. And I should have another one this week, a painter. And then I got about 4 or 5 in the pipeline too. I'm just networking a lot and getting some referrals and stuff like that, but also just networking. So.
Very nice. Very nice. Cool.
Yeah. I wanted to, I don't know if you saw my post earlier. I saw a video that Zappy Chat does some sort of like demonstration of what the AI, basically conversation AI can do.
Yeah. So
Do you have something like that?
they had something like that. Dan Wardrop actually released that snapshot. He built a snapshot for that as well. He gives that away for free. I actually took it and tore it down and rebuilt it so that it actually works better. And instead of using Zapier, I actually liked using Pabbly myself a lot better. Because like when you're building it and you're testing it, like the Zapier, I know everybody's all about like the memory key and Zapier's, GPT action and stuff like that. To be honest, like I should have used some kind of random key or something like that, because as I was testing it, it was coming up with the same responses again and again and again and again, because it was using the memory key and there's no way to clear it. So I was like, you know what, hell with this. I'm going to do it with Pabbly and just use it like my bot does and just basically stack the chat. So, and pass the history. So it knew exactly what was going on. And so that way you can clear out the conversation and go all the way through it again and get something completely different the next time around. So, but yeah, I have it built where basically instead of using custom values for prompts, they're setting prompts to custom fields. So everybody can have their own, like your prompt would be different than Steve's prompt, would be different than Alok's prompt based on what business and product or service that you're selling. So it kind of runs you through your qualification questions for your business. And so it says like, let's pretend that you're one of your clients. I would ask you questions like this. And it goes through and like, do you have this, or this? And then like, okay, great. You'd be qualified. And then now the demo is over. What do you think? Is this something that you would like? And then it switches, when it does that, it switches prompts. So it switches to a selling mode to get you to book with me so that I can sell you a booking bot. So if you're on Pabbly, I think I don't like, are you on Pabbly or Zapier or like, what are you on?
I'm on Pabbly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then what I can do is like, I'll button up the snapshot and just send it to you, because it's built for Pabbly now.
So could I, like, I'm talking to some of these businesses, like, could I demonstrate it to them? Like there's a roofer. Could I demonstrate it for a roofer?
You basically is like, you could send them the form, like, here, I'm going to send you a link, or, like if you're on a Zoom or something like that,
right?
Just here, go ahead through this, and they can type in their name, email, and phone. And then it says, like, what is your business? They say roofing, and then like, what product do you sell? And like, brand new roofs, or, like asphalt shingles, or whatever, that sort of thing. Right. And then it comes up with criteria. It fires off a prompt to come up with criteria for that niche, and then does the qualifying, runs them through the qualifying questions. So the idea is that, like, as a roofer, I know what I'm looking for when I'm going to, if it's going to be a good fit for me. And like, do you have a budget? Do you own the home? Do you need a roof? Even, stuff like that. And so they go through those questions and go, oh, okay, yeah, now I see how it works. And so then it switches over to sell them and get them to book.
Gotcha. So I could take that and then just, could I post this? Like, I'm in a Facebook group. Could I post this?
100%. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Group? And I have been saving, and like on Facebook, you can say like, I want to see more or less of this. I've been like more, and I'm like everything AI booking bot related. So my news feed is just chock full of them, and I save all of them so I can, see the pages and go look at the ad library and see what they're pulling up, stuff like that. So you could just post like in your group, like, I've got an AI booking bot that'll get you leads 24/7 by 365, and it doesn't call in sick or anything like that. And who wants to test it out? And then you just send them a link, or, a test, like you could say text demo to this number, and then people could text demo, and then that could even trigger it.
Gotcha. And then they would put in their information, and it would basically talk to them as if they were their own business.
Yeah, they would talk to them as if they were a client of their business.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I'm in this Facebook group, local group, there's thousands of people in it. If I made a post saying like, hey, everybody, I have a AI bot that I created. I need 20 beta testers as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. Go in, click this link, fill out your details, and then tell me if it works for your business, and then get feedback. I could do that.
Yeah, test drive it.
Instead of that message, I would say, hey, I've created an AI bot which would, prospect like 24/7, 365 for you, and nurture and try to book leads on your calendar. I want 20 beta testers to test it out for me.
Right.
Click this link and test
Or
it
I'm
out.
looking to work with
Because-
10 local businesses to grow their, like make it real scarce. And you're gonna have a flood of people jump on there anyway.
Right.
And the thing is, the call to action should be, hey, test it out. I want someone to come and test it. I've tested 100 times, it works. I want others to test it now. And then the bot is optimized so much that, hey, once they test it and go through that prompts, they will interact as their own clients. And then they would see the benefit, and then it switches to selling mode. Like, hey, now that you've seen it, would you like this for your business? Then, hey, book a time with me.
Right. Got it.
Like that.
And what would you charge them for that?
Ooh,
Whatever you want. I mean, I guess it depends on the market.
What's
Was that, Charles?
$1 million.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say it varies off the niche. Like if it's a roofer, they're getting 7,
ROI.
10, plus a roof, or something else like that. So I mean, or mortgage leads, or chiropractors. If it's something like somebody's running a candle shop, like, well, you can't really get $497 a month out of it.
Okay.
Something like
depends
that.
on who you're talking to. And again,
gotcha.
how much should you sell it for? Anything that you sell for should
as
be
much
based
as
on
you can
what's
get.
the ROI to them.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And also, I mean, really, it's also going to be one of those things where how many leads do you have coming in a month? I mean, if they've only got a few leads trickling in, like, well, is it really going to be worth it?
Right.
So if a roofer is usually getting, especially like after a storm or something like that, they get a lot of calls. So if you get inbound calls, like, because you could hook it up to the missed call text back.
That
was my next question. So can I hook up the missed call text back? You said yes.
100%. Yeah. Somebody misses a call and like, hey, sorry, how can we get, answer your call, or what can we do for you? Then you start the texting, and you could actually, tag him to, tag him to like the next response goes into your booking bot, or you have the HighLevel conversation AI takeover.
Okay. And so your booking or what do you call this thing?
It's the AI booking bot.
And is it working on is using Chat GPT?
I built mine before they had conversation AI completely full and fully running and up, like the way it is. I rolled my own, and I kind of like mine because I can really customize my prompts.
It's more control.
Charles loves the HighLevel version, just because it's more hands-free, and you can train it on a bunch of data and get it to book and stuff like that. Mine, I can do it like the way I can customize my prompt so that I can say, here are these qualifying questions, and also here are the qualifying criteria. So if you match one or more of these, or if you don't match all of them or something like that, I can give it criteria on whether you're qualified or not. Like if it's for solar, like, do you own your home? Does your house face south? And what's your credit score? And then I can say, like, yes, you have to own your home. Your house has to be facing south, and your credit score should be 700 or better, or so good, or 700, stuff like that. So mine's a little more customizable. It's not as trainable as the HighLevel bot, because you can just feed it tons and tons and tons of URLs to eat content, stuff like that. But I mean, it's kind of just like what you pick your flavor.
Okay. So what was my next question? Can it be also connected to like their Facebook DMs and their business?
I think right now, like Charles, you were saying, like right now you don't want the conversion, like conversation AI to.
It depends on how. So if you're right at this minute, if you're going to connect it to, you can connect it to SMS, Facebook, and Instagram. If you are going to connect Facebook and Instagram, you need to make sure that you are sending a link for them to schedule and not conversationally scheduling the appointment. There's a bug right now with the conversational booking. Should be fixed soon. But basically it will sit there and book an appointment without collecting a phone number or email.
Gotcha.
which is
Yeah.
kind of an issue. So if you're
But
just
Pat-
using it via SMS, it's not an issue. It will sit there and it'll book the appointment and it'll get put in the calendar. But if you're including Facebook or Instagram, I would, for right now, I would have it send a link to book, but it'll still sit there and answer any questions that they have and keep leading them back to trying to book an appointment.
So Pat, does yours connect to the Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah,
and all that?
mine uses all the channels because I triggered off of, customer replied to, whatever channel.
Okay.
And then I fire it off to, like, I tried using their GPT action inside the workflow, and I don't know what it is about sending prompts through HighLevel's GPT, but it's dumb. I mean, it's really, really like it comes back like it's just a mess. And I was able to trim down and get my prompt a lot more compact and actually have it be more effective using Pabbly. So I just fire everything off to a webhook to Pabbly. Pabbly sets a custom field and it comes back and sends out the message. So this is just like if you were doing text messages or emails or whatever. And I like that way, mine right now can connect to all the channels.
Okay.
And then
So
I have it, it's got a directive in mind that says, like, if name, email, and phone are missing, prioritize getting all of that before you even start qualifying the person. So that way, like, you
Gotcha.
pop into the bot and it's like, hey, Kevin, like, I see that I don't have your phone number. Can I get that just in case I have a question? And then it goes, great. How about your email? So like, it just naturally grabs your info and then it will start, qualifying you.
Gotcha.
Some OBS stuff there, Charles.
OBS? What? Hell no. Ecamm.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
could literally demonstrate this for a roofer tomorrow, you're saying,
Yeah.
and say, like, we could put this on your website. We could put this in the chat widget could be connected to it, right? All that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, the chat widget comes in. That comes in as like whether it's like if they responded like to the web chat,
Right.
and you can, then I mark that as that they came in on SMS. And so since it converts to the SMS channel.
Chat widget is basically a text channel. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
And do they get charged like a markup on the messages and so on? How does that
Since you're like on conversation AI, if you use HighLevels, it's right now it's 5 cents a pop, but they're going to be moving to more of like here's a model where you can pay monthly for them or something like that. With mine, they would be paying for the messaging, but then on the back end, you're paying for your ChatGPT and Pabbly operations. But like we send, like with our pay-per-call stuff, we send thousands and thousands of text messages every week. And for September, my bill was like $22 for ChatGPT. So
Okay.
Are you using 3.5 turbo or using 4?
For that one, I'm using 3.5 to send all the text messaging because it's a real simple prompt. It doesn't do much, but it hits it and then sets that person into HighLevel and then, queues them up to get a text message.
So Charles, as far as the AI conversation AI, does it connect for missed call text back? So let's say
No.
someone called, it doesn't yet.
So, and also it will not pick up from a workflow.
Yeah.
So, which personally, I don't mind that because 99.9% of the time, if they're responding to a workflow, they're saying thank you or okay, see you then, or like, I don't need it to engage them from that.
But I think it makes sense for missed call text back.
Missed call text back. Yeah,
absolutely. And you're saying right now,
well, but I don't use the missed call text back feature. I use a workflow.
Okay. That's
yeah.
So
yeah.
So my workflow again is handling that.
Okay.
Because
so
it's pushing them to schedule.
Okay. So if you build your missed call text back as a workflow and not that checkbox, then the conversational AI will take over.
No,
it won't.
It will not. No, because your workflow is doing the work. Because the problem is, it's smart that they did that. And some people will say, oh, that's stupid. Here's the problem.
Yeah,
if you do allow conversation AI to jump into that conversation, you then have to, what are you going to do with that contact in the workflow? Because they're still in there. So if you have a workflow that's built with messages, wait 0.2 minutes, send this message.
Right.
Did they respond? Yes or no? Send this message. How can you have conversational AI coming into the midstream of that? You're going to have a workflow talking to the customer and conversational AI talking to the customer, and it's going to burn that customer like crazy. So that's why they made the decision. If you have a workflow, if they're engaging through a workflow, then conversational AI will not pick up, which I think is a smart safety net. Now, if you don't have, if the workflow didn't send a message, so let's say you have a 2-day wait on your workflow. Okay. So say they're in an onboard, they just signed up for your SaaS. They're in, an after purchase follow-up workflow. They happen to send you a message. Maybe you've got a 2 or 5 day wait in between different messages that are coming out from your workflow. It will pick up then. It just looks at, okay, did we just send them a message via a workflow? If so, and that's what AI is saying that they probably are responding to, we're not going to start the conversational AI.
So the conversational AI, will it build a lead? Like you can build a lead in workflow? It's like, because you can do a text back, missed call text back, where you can ask for what's your first name, take that response and drop it into the first name field. Ask them what their last name is, ask them what their email address, ask them what their phone number is. And now you've built a contact record out of a text flow. Okay. Where I could see.
So you can do that with conversation flow. So you can put those questions into the conversation flow portion of the settings.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're going to get that through the appointment calendar.
Okay. So you could make sure you ask these questions before you move on.
Yeah. You could say, just in case we happen to get disconnected, what's the best email for you? Because they're not coming in through email. It's only SMS, Facebook, or Instagram. So you could put that question into your conversation flow. I probably wouldn't ask them for a phone number, because if they're coming in through SMS and then you put that as one of the conversation flow questions, it may ask them, because it is a conversation flow question, it may ask them, hey, by the way, what's a good phone number for you? Well, I don't know, shithead, probably the one I'm texting you from. Like, seriously? Why are you asking me this question?
So,
excuse my French, but
let me ask you, do they start building a record when that,
if
it doesn't see the phone, if it doesn't see the phone number and
it sees the phone number.
No. Let's say I'm saying in the database. So someone texts in, there's no record of that phone number, email, anything like that. AI conversation starts. The first thing is that number comes in, they will start building a contact record immediately on that phone number.
Like asking for name?
No.
Or just create the contact.
Create the contact.
It just creates a contact anyway.
Yeah, any communication that comes. It doesn't matter what channel.
True.
It doesn't matter what's interacting with the channel. That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
The contact is created at the first point of contact.
Got it.
A contact record is created. Doesn't matter which communication channel.
Yeah.
Any communication channel that is in HighLevel will create a contact record. Now, you may not have a name to go with it, but
so asking a name and email in the conversation flow would take
so like I with in my agency, I have a database. In all my sub accounts, they have a database cleaner. So it looks after like 2 days, I think, it looks to see what information is missing. And it will communicate via whatever method you have connected. So it'll either send a text message or an email or whatever to try to capture the other information. And so this says, hey, looks like we don't know your first name. Click here to make sure that we have, all your information. So you stay up to date, blah, blah, blah. They click a trigger link that takes them to a form that already has a contact ID associated with it. So it'll pull in whatever information we do have, and they just fill in the blanks, hit submit. It updates that specific contact record. You don't have to worry about duplicates or anything like that. So all my accounts have that feature. So in the case where someone texts in, they don't book an appointment, they just ask a bunch of questions. Who cares? You know, they get put into a nurture sequence anyways. They'll get put into the database cleaner. If they don't give their information, they probably weren't that serious anyway. So why are we getting bent out of shape?
Okay.
You know, that's how I just, some of the stuff is, and we see this all the time in the high level community group, is that people just complain about stuff to complain about stuff. And it's like, look, is this going to change how much money you're making? No. Then quit worrying about it. Like, good grief. You know, I mean, it's here. They're offering it. That's something. Yeah. You know, you're still only paying $497. I mean, good grief. How much at most you're paying $497? This is... How can you really complain about it? No. Go get a HubSpot account if you want to pay more. And I don't know. They'll gladly take your money.
So I turned my young kid, 23-year-old, lives here in the apartment complex I live in, and he wanted to start his own software, and I turned him on to HighLevel about 6 weeks ago, and he signed up under somebody's affiliate program. The kid closed this week. He made 30 phone calls, closed $3,000 up and upfront, and $300 a month reoccurring with 30 phone calls, made 3 sales.
Good job.
And it's actually a really good niche too. And he's in the niche, so he can speak the lingo. Nice. I said, kid, you're going to crush it. I was like, just don't put blinders on and just run at it.
Tell him to get video testimonials as soon as he can. As soon as he smells that ether, get them on video.
And that's what I told him.
Social proof.
I told him, he says, work on your social proof immediately. And like, the kid doesn't even have a website.
It's even better.
He doesn't even have a website. He just created an MVP of what he wanted to offer them, and he sold this vertical on $1,000 setup, and he's only giving them like a handful of features and $300 a month. I'm going like, and how many phone calls he made? He says, I made 30, and you closed 10% of them on a 1-call close.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh,
so why didn't you hire him? Why'd you let him start his own company? Why didn't you hire him?
Because I wasn't sure he was going to run, and then he's
running.
He's running, and I'm like,
he's going to take over, man.
Well, not the niche. Well,
here's the thing about kids. They don't have any baggage, man. Go on YouTube and search for all the SMMA success stories. They're all less than 25-year-olds.
Yeah,
they're all
making
fearless.
100K, 200K, 600K. They literally have no baggage.
Yeah,
we here is like, we have our own families to take care of. We have all the mortgages and all the stuff taken care of. So we have a lot of baggage tied up to us. Those guys, they literally have nothing to fear. They're just fearless and they're running. Literally, they're running. So there are some really great success stories, but there's a lot to learn as well. So there's a lot to learn from them.
No, he's a sharp kid. It's in the karate niche.
Yeah.
So he teaches karate, and so
he can talk the language.
He can talk the language, and he knows exactly what they need. He says, he sold it on reviews and invoicing. Those are like the 2 big feature sets. And email marketing. That's it. That's all he's doing for them.
Oh yeah.
All they need.
That's all they need. And it was like, and he's getting $300 a month. They didn't even blink an eye. And I was really surprised that he was getting the $1,000 up front out of that niche.
Yeah.
Which
some of those studios are not that well off. A lot of those guys are hand them out.
A lot of them are hurting. Yeah.
So that's why I was really, really impressed with his results. And he randomly, what he did is he took the random city generator, generated a random city, went to Google, typed it in there, and just went to Google Maps and just started calling through Google Maps. That's it. That's all this kid did.
Well, next thing you need to do is show him the prospector tool in HighLevel.
Oh yeah. What else did they just add to that? What, some like
a scoring metric.
Yeah.
So now it can identify if they have chat on their website.
Yeah, I saw that.
And a scoring metric. I don't know. I'm sure it looks good on the report if you send it to someone. That's all. I don't care how actual real the data. You know, some people got bent out of shape about, oh, that's not real data. Yeah.
Who cares?
Crap.
It
gets
looks
you a
really
call,
good.
who cares?
There needs to be. I hope they come up with more workflows where you can import this stuff and like I'm going to like create.
Someone mentioned that the other day. Like, how can we get this stuff into our actual agency sub? It's great that it's on the agency side. That's fine, but how do we?
I want to be able to do
let's
like
get
my
it
web
into our
audit
sub
where,
account. So
I want to be able to like fill out your form with your name, business, address, blah, 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 all this information to get your free report. And it would generate it and send it to them. And then
just like the Yext report.
Yeah, just like Yext and everybody else. But yeah, automate this stuff.
It's money.
Man. Come on.
It's money.
Come on.
Because I mean, they're using a database to query it. So it's, I mean, it costs them money to provide that functionality.
I don't care. Do it again.
So
automate it.
I mean, I'd say it's going to come. There's enough people griping about it, and there's enough stuff on the ideas board about it.
Well, you know what? There's like right now, like you can $89 a month. You can go to my web audit and you get something that's
pretty decent,
50 times
really
better
good,
than the prospecting tool, and it has full automations. Like I sent it to Kevin and he opened it and he read it and he's and I can trigger an automation off of that, a webhook and stuff like that. So
what you're saying is HighLevel should charge us $90 for that inside of HighLevel. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Right. Is anyone using the proposal section for getting signed contracts? Is anyone doing signed contracts?
I have a client that is using it for contracts for the affiliate program. I'm like, what the hell? You're doing a contract on an affiliate program? Whatever. Yeah, you can do it. I don't know why you want to, but sure.
I'm waiting for a feature drop in that because one of my clients needs that. So the use case here is they have a set format of a form. So currently they're using it's a
floating
PDF.
Signatures.
Floating, yeah, correct. So I want the fields to float, and I want the first name to go on this corner, not just here. Like
That's
really
a
want
big
to put
one.
it here.
Because people don't want to rebuild these freaking proposals that they've had for years that are multiple pages long.
Yeah.
And it's like, good grief, you want me to try to rebuild this entire thing in here? And there's no initial spot. There's no initial
and rebuilding
feature.
is not a challenge. The challenge is, imagine for years they've been used to that same format of a proposal. So now they're mentally, no, okay, but if I want to find the first name, it's right here. I don't have to look up where the hell is their first name gone? Because if you rebuild it, you cannot, currently there's no customization options much in there. So that's what I'm looking for.
There's merge fields.
What's the deal with
but still you cannot move it. Like it has to be limited.
No.
I cannot move it and say, hey, I want name to go here or date to go here, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with the docs section now?
Ooh,
what?
I like that.
It's what? Sorry.
I love that. The document management?
Yeah, document.
Yeah, so
currently
all
you
your
can only
proposals
upload.
And everything are going to go into there. All your quotes, estimates are going to go into there. You're going to have the ability. So this is basically what it is a sneak peek of what's coming to the portal. Yes. You're going to have document management in the portal, which they announced this initially that they were going to roll billing and invoicing into the client portal so that just like in Stripe, how you can do the no code client portal, they're going to do the same thing in HighLevel's client portal.
Yeah.
So that way they can go in there and manage subscriptions, pay invoices, things like that. But then you also have the ability to capture documents. And this is why they're also going to be, they've been waiting on some of this stuff to roll out custom, oh gosh, what's that freaking thing that, what's his name, always complains about? Custom data fields. Anyways,
Custom values?
No, not custom values. It's basically being able to create your own data set within HighLevel for like
Custom
vehicles.
opportunities.
No, for like vehicle data. If you wanted to set up a structure for vehicle data, if you're an auto dealer and stuff. But all of this is rolling into the client portal, where you could upload requested driver's license, and they could upload their driver's license, insurance card, and it'll all be stored in that client's portal. You know, records of any kind that you need to get the client can go into there as sent documentation.
Oh,
Yeah,
so this is
it's a huge feature.
This is going to be basically if we push we add a document on their contact record in the CRM, it'll be in available
the client portal for them to be able to view. Yep.
Ooh. Okay.
Because that was the whole thought
So
process behind the client
ways.
portal is one place for them to go for everything.
Okay, so right now I have some onboarding where I'm uploading images for headshots, logos, stuff like that, and it's being saved in a custom field on the record. Will those type of things still stay in the custom field, or will it be going into this documents section?
I think form
It
fields.
depends on how you're
stay in
collecting it,
fields.
but it would go into document.
It's going to go into documents as an image.
Yes, it depends on how you. Let me find the video which Chase did with the guy. Like
Depends on how you capture it, is what he's saying.
Well, I'm capturing it through a form or a custom field. That's the only way I know how to capture that stuff right now.
Right now, that is the only way to do it. So right now, the only thing that really works with document management is proposals and estimates, or estimates and quote whatever.
So that's what shows up on there.
That's what shows there right now.
Got it.
But that is going to be changing very soon. So, but they had to build the structure for it before they could start opening up other things, which.
And they just added activities.
Hold your breath for level up.
Are you going to level up?
I'm not. No, I
is
can't.
Is anyone here going?
Nope. Pat could have gone.
Yeah, I could have gone, but we have Medicare AEP going on right now, so it's all hands on deck. And so,
you sell Medicare?
I know we sell the calls.
Oh.
We do.
Can't you automate that shit?
Yeah, we do, but we still have to. There is a lot of wrangling on call routing and stuff like that. So
come on, Pat, we're in the automation and AI world.
Yeah, no, you know what though? When you have like your revenue per call drop or something like that, all of a sudden because your non-automated call center buyers are going to lunch or somebody's doing training or they're having technical problems, like we're managing routing, call routing, turning ads on and off and scaling stuff, things like that. We did only 3,600 calls today.
Only 3,600 calls.
Only
3,600 calls.
Yeah. So.
And you're still using messenger ads?
Messenger and landers. I got a custom quiz lander I built for HighLevel.
Yeah, you did that one. You did that like several months ago, right?
Oh yeah, we've been crushing it with quiz landers. Yep.
What's that video like that you just sent?
That's the product manager of documents.
Okay.
He goes through the whole feature and what's planned and all that. So basically it's going to be two ways in either like, when currently it's like only you can upload a document into that contact record, but moving forward, it's going to be merged into like custom portal and all that. If you collect a document in a form, or a document could be anything, like any file, right? Could be PDF or whatever. Everything's going to go in there. The clients would be able to see it in the client portal, and they.
What about email? What about email? If someone emails
every record, like what's client portal going to be is
Yeah.
Anything that you deal with that client is going to be in there. Like, hey, these are the emails we sent to you. These are the text messages went out to you. Like everything is going in the client portal. Your billing is going to be managed there. Your affiliate portals, if you have course access, it's going to be in there. Like everything for that contact, it's going to be in that client portal. Everything.
And yes, the learning tab will not be a dead tab for very much longer. It's coming.
Yeah.
Everybody's griping about that. I'm like, good grief. Like it says coming soon. Like it's not that big of a deal.
So basically, so community is going to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
Any invoice. So if you're doing invoicing with a client, so any of their billing. So
communications with the client. Contact. So let's talk about contact. When you say client, it gets confusing. So a contact, when he logs into that client portal of a business, all their communication with the contact, any billing, any card details, any courses they have access to, if they are an affiliate, any affiliate related things in there, the social community, like the community feature, if they are a part of, that would be in there. So any documents they share, they can upload, delete, blah, 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 whatever, everything in regards to that contact is going to be in that client portal.
So
one place to manage everything for a contact.
So basically memberships, everything.
Everything.
Got it.
It's huge. That's client portal. People don't realize, but it's a huge thing. It's very huge.
Okay. And because what I've done is I've linked it inside of HighLevel as one of my cross-sell sub accounts. And the login process is email, then a verification code that's emailed to them, I guess, is the 2auth process.
Yeah.
Okay. You either can log in with the email and a password or email and
and just a code sent to your email. Yeah.
Okay. Charles, are you linking to the portal inside of the CRM or keeping it outside? Is he still on the call? Oh, he's off the call.
We lose Charles? Nope. He's muted. Well, on that, we've been here 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
No, he's off the call. Oh, no, he's muted.
I know, he's muted.
Okay.
He's just muted.
Anyways, we have done this. It's 2 hours already. But yeah, great call.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right.
See you guys next week.
All right.
Next week.
Sounds
Later.
good.
See you guys later.
See you guys. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.